What's up, guys? Chandler Barber back at it again. Today I have a haircut tutorial for you. This is my friend Cody, and he has quite difficult hair. His hair tends to sprig out on the sides around the parietal ridge. So for his cut, we're going to kind of keep it a little bit longer just to allow the hair to lay a little bit better. Usually in the past, when we've gone shorter, it just sprigs out. So you either have to go too short or have to give it a little length. So we're just going to play it safe and give it a little length. So this is my foreguard, closed, and basically just going up and off the parietal ridge, trying to be careful, especially because he has that problem, just to not dig in too much. And you'll see there is a little bit of a weight line there. We will get that out a little later with our blending shears. But basically we're just going to go around, going up and off, not pushing in. Pretty simple. This will be just kind of a classic gentleman's cut, and he's going to have kind of a little pomp at the end, side part deal. So nothing too crazy. I am going to kind of give him a taper on the back, because he does kind of like the way that looks, but other than that, it'll be pretty basic. The difficult part is just working with hair that's kind of like that can kind of be difficult, just knowing what to do, how much to cut, what not to cut. So I want to take my time just to kind of assure that I'm not going to allow his hair to sprig up too much. So I'm just going to finish that up with a foreguard. Now I'm going to go into the taper I have my 1.5 guard on, open, and I'm just kind of scooping into the length there, just trying to make a kind of soft transition. And I'm going to use that 1.5 guard, and then I'll close it and then go slightly under it. You'll see as I'm doing this taper that I realize that I need to kind of spread it out. So at times I'll just kind of go back and forth with some of the same guards, just trying to smooth that out, especially like how his head shape is and the shadows it casts. It can be a little difficult just determining how much to take off or what lines, because some of his hair is a little denser at the bottom. So it's just using my eye and figuring out what I need to use. So now I have my 1 guard. So basically I was just kind of working down from the 1.5, and then to tie it in at the end, I will do a little clipper over comb to just really smooth that transition out into the foreguard. So now I have the half guard going under that, just working down. Start with the open and then close it and kind of go further down. I didn't go to no guard, mainly just because his hair is so dense at the bottom and you can't even really tell of a line. So now I'm taking my 2 guard and just kind of working a little bit to spread that out above the 1.5. But again, just flicking, just kind of flicking out, because you don't want to dig into the 4, because you're going to create a harsh line that you're going to have to try to get out. So just taking the 2 guard, open, and trying to soften that up, and it'll really tie in once I do the clipper over comb. But I'm just trying to get the spread of it the way I want, and the transition points where I want with the guards. I want to take this time to say thank you guys for watching this video, and that I would really appreciate a subscribe if you enjoy this content and would like to see more. I have some other tutorials on my channel currently that you can check out, and would love to hear your feedback. I am a year and a half really kind of cutting more full time. I got out of barber school this past February and just have been running my own little private spot, and it's been really good. So I'm always continuing to learn and continuing to grow, and so any feedback I can get from any other barbers, I gladly appreciate that. And just thank you for checking my content out. So as you can see here, I'm doing the clipper over comb. I'm not running the clipper across horizontal. I'm just kind of pushing it up vertically, and it allows me to kind of just nick what I need following that progression. And so you can see it's starting to smooth out a good bit. Let me know in the comment section if you have ever had to cut, if you're a barber, if you've ever had to cut, hair like that sprigs out. I'm sure that most people, if they're an active barber, probably run into that. What is your typical mode of just kind of avoiding the sprigs, or what do you tend to lean towards? Leaving it a little longer, or just cutting it way shorter? So now I'm gonna line them up and let that really that blend come out more and pop a little bit more. It's always the gratifying moment when you do the lineup after doing the steps of a taper. I used to give this guy Cody a mid fade, and that was really hard, especially with his hair type. And it would look good for a little while, but the problem you run into with that when you cut it a lot shorter is that it just doesn't look good as it's growing out. And so we've just kind of gone back and forth and just really kind of determined the best style for him. So now I'm taking my blending shears, and I am just running over the tips of that ridge, kind of pushing the comb up and cutting while I push up to try to make that transition a little smoother. From this viewpoint and the way the lighting is, you'll still see a little bit of a ridge, and that's also kind of due to the way his hair is, but this definitely softens that a lot more. So I go around his head and do that, and then I'm ready to cut the top. I gonna resaturate the hair, make sure it's all nice and wet, and then we'll get into running a traveling guide. I'm starting in the back and moving forward. Just getting the length that I want, and I don't want to go too short right there because that is going to create more kind of spriggly hair, especially in that crown area. So I'm just being careful to take what I need and not more. So I'm grabbing sections, pulling it back to my previous section, and just leveling that out. So I work my way all the way to the front. Made it to the front, got that, and then I'm going to connect that to the side that it's pulling toward by just taking these vertical sections and just seeing where it doesn't meet up and snipping that. Now to blow dry. Blow drying and styling is super important. It really just helps your cut to really pop and show the client the true potential of the cut. So be sure to spend time learning and growing in styling, because there's a lot to styling, too, that sometimes can be overlooked, but it's one of my favorite parts, just to kind of see it all come together, see the outcome, and see the enjoyment on the client's face. So just working that product in. This is a kind of a clay pomade that I'm working in. I'll come through it. Use a little holding spray just through there. I'm going to have just a wider tooth comb and give it a nice extra pump. And that's the cut. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you guys for tuning in. Again, be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and check out the other content that I've created, and stay tuned for next time.